What's up, everybody? I am so happy to be back. I literally missed y'all so much. And we're going to get into some BravoCon things, but I really did miss you guys. Like the video as the intro plays because we have a lot to get into.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
One, please. When you reach out to me, make it make common sense, please.
I make it make sense. Are you being nice tonight?
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Here for being good sports about my roast and for making the trek out to Vegas. Thank you to Bravo, who paid for everyone's hotel rooms so that Juan Dixon didn't have to. I love you, Robin. Everyone here for
Why would she let that man do that? They knew he was going to do that joke. Giselle said no. Robin said go for the joke. So she's okay with being the butt of the joke. And if she's okay with it, who am I to tell her differently? Because that's pretty much the gist of it, right? Like, what? I can't tell you how to live your life, Robin. You guys, it's the start of the season. Hit that like button very early. We got some foolishness to talk about tonight. I want to start with my reactions to the taglines. Let's start there.
I'm no angel, but give me some grace and you'll learn to.
I don't need to hear the rest of it. I love Giselle's kids. I think she's a great mom. But as always, I need more for a housewife. You're just skating on by.
You don't have to dig for gold when you shine this bright.
You dug so deep for gold, you ended up with an Australian predator.
Nigeria raised me, LA made me, and Potomac will remember me.
I forgot you already. Y'all, I had a little bit of I don't know what you would call this. So at BravoCon, it's the end of BravoCon. Rodney and I, shout out to Rodney, the voice. This dude is so dope. He's so nice. If you don't know him, definitely check out his channel. He's definitely one of my YouTube buddies. It was really, I spent all of BravoCon. We did basically BravoCon together. He's a super dope guy. I really enjoyed Rodney. Rodney and I were talking to some big wigs, like some network people, like big wigs. So you can't miss us. Nika and her husband were walking with their one handler because, you know, certain people got more. She got one. They were walking with their one handler, but we're still in like the BravoCon convention center. And she's walking by and I'm like, who are those basic looking people? And I'm like, oh, that's Nika. Her husband looks at me, glares at me, cuts his eyes at me, and they just keep walking. Let me tell you why that's a problem. Now, they might look basic, but me, Rodney, and both of the network people did not. We really came and we let BravoCon know we were there. We turned it out. Actually, all four of us, both of the kind of like network executive people and me and Rodney, all looked the part because you're in Vegas. You gotta do it up. People come to BravoCon dressed as Teresa's hair. You gotta kind of be it. and it was in Vegas. So we really turned it out. So we didn't look like basic people. But even if we did look like basic people, y'all look more basic than us. How dare you cut your eyes at us? First off, BravoCon is really for the fans. So people have spent good money to get there. At the very least, if you see a fan that's just kind of, you're walking towards and a fan glares, like looks at you, why would you glare back at them? I told y'all I didn't like that woman from the beginning. That whole comment about my dad was a rich bitch and so I'm a rich bitch, I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. Like, what is that? Who does that? If anything, like you're walking through BravoCon, if you see somebody that kind of glances at you, you would just like wave or smile or anything. He cut his eyes at me. I don't know what that was about, but I didn't like it. Let's see. We got one more. Where's Robbins? Oh no, where's Robbins? Let me add Robbins real quick, guys. Or we'll do Robbins on the next one. But anyway, so to keep the foolishness going, oh, Potomac need exactly. It's basic. Was she on the show on Sunday? No, she's not on the show. She's gonna be on the show. She's gonna be on the show next episode. I don't know what that was about, but I didn't like it. I definitely did not like it. But I wanted to show you guys this. Okay, you guys do your vote. Who wore it better, Nene or Tasha K? You could just put in the chat, replay gang. Definitely put in the comments who wore it better. This is a toss-up. I think both ladies look great in it. I might slightly give it to Tasha K because I like her short hair and the dress is like a lot. But I think both ladies look great. It fits their bodies great. But let me see what you guys are saying. Nene. Right, exactly. Why did she do that? I feel like she's going to be looking for a moment this whole season. I wanted to give her a shot. What's up, Danielle? What's up, D? Nene wore better. Nene, Tasha K. Somebody's just laughing. I don't know if that means neither. Nene. Oh, neither. We got it neither. Nene, Tasha K. None. Oh, wow. Neither. It's looking like it's a split between Tasha K, Nene, and neither. It's ugly. Ooh, they both look good. Tasha K, Tasha. I thought Tasha was broke. Not the way she was stumping people with her heels this weekend. Tasha ain't broke and she can fight. The Miami came out. Y'all don't be playing with no Miami women because when they got to show out, they're gonna show out. Definitely like the video. We got over 300 in the chat. Y'all, it is the opening night for Potomac, and they did not disappoint. You know what did disappoint? The fact that I was up and I was winning, and then all of a sudden I wasn't winning, and then that was not cool. What was also cool? Getting to meet one of my faves. If you do not know who this lady is, she's absolutely one of my faves. Her name is Emily D. Baker. I'll be kind of just throwing BravoCon stuff in the mix. I'm not going to do just a BravoCon video. I'm going to go through BravoCon while I'm doing my videos. But yeah, if you do ever get to go to BravoCon, definitely do it. It is an experience. The fans like bum rush the stage to get selfies. If you do VIP, you can get selfies. You can like go on a website and put yourself in line for like selfies and stuff like that. But definitely BravoCon was an experience. I paid, and I'm gonna tell you this, a lot of people did not pay to get there. I was one of the few people who I don't have, like, I paid $1,000 to do one day at BravoCon because I got my tickets on the aftermarket. So it was not cheap, and that's why I was like, I'm not gonna. And that was like Sunday was like the most reasonably priced day in the aftermarket. They were talking like $2,000 for Friday and Saturday for that one day, and then tickets were going for, I think, like 5,000 to 9,000 for a VIP pass just to BravoCon, no extras for the 3 days. And I was like, I ain't got it. I turned right into Tasha K. I ain't got it. But I did enjoy what I did get to experience. Kenya Moore is absolutely gorgeous in person. I really do see why people hated her, because you can't be that pretty and be flirty. That's a problem. Is this by Andy or is it Andy's? That's not bad, I guess. I bought resale tickets. How much did you pay? You I did. Okay, so of course I met Rodney. Like literally I was going to see Emily D. Baker and I see this tall dude who had Rodney's hair color and I was like, is that Rodney? So I had like a rental car. So what I did was I rolled the window down real quick, and then because I only saw him from the back, I rolled the window down real quick and I yelled out Rodney, but then I rolled it up and then I looked forward to see if he saw me or to see if that was actually Rodney, and it was. And so we ended up hanging out. I met a really nice lady. Did you see Kelly Dodd at BravoCon? No. And if I did, I would have walked the other direction. We never need a Kelly Dodd appearance. Thank you so much for the super chat, Brandon. Let me see. I met Up and Adam's husband. He was really nice. I met a really nice lady from a podcast. I want to say her name was Tierra. Let me see. I think her name was Tierra. And I think I'm gonna be on her podcast. She actually, let me see. Yeah, Taria. Her podcast is, it's not on here, but her name is Taria. She was a really nice lady. We hung out as well. But on to the show, because that's what we're here for. On to the show. I did see Kempire. I met Kempire. I met the Brooke Ashley. Actually, I've worked with both Kempire and Brooke Ashley before. We've collabed. But I had never met them in person, similar to Rodney. I met, weirdly, you guys, I posted a photo of me at BravoCon, and all through the chat, did you meet Kempire? Did you meet Brooke Ashley? Did you meet Rodney? Did you meet Alexander Rogers? And I had not met Alexander Rogers. I had seen him, but every time I saw him, he was asking a question. And so our paths never actually crossed. Strangely enough, I was picking up something from Caesar's Palace and I saw them eating at a really nice restaurant, like in Caesar's. And so I was like, oh, hey, you're Alex. The people want me to meet you. And he looked at me like, who is this? And I'm like, no, this is not a Tasha K moment. I'm not about to just attack you. I'll make it make sense. And he was like, oh, make it make sense. And then Chris turned around, C. Diggy. So it was a nice moment. I met them and one of their friends. And, it was just, there's not a lot of Black content creators who are there. So it is always nice for Black content creators to have like a moment just to kind of like, look each other in the eye and say, it's only a few of us here. So we definitely have to like stick together. Yes, I did meet Brooke Ashley. Is Kempire tall? I don't know. I'd say he's maybe like about, here's the funny thing. Rodney told me, I thought you were short. And I told Rodney, I thought you were short. So Rodney is just like a little bit shorter than me. Gabor is like 6'5". Busy Blue is like 6'3". I don't know how tall Kempire is. I think he's like a little bit shorter than Rodney. But nobody was like, I don't know, who's the short person on the Housewives? Nobody was like Ralph size from Atlanta. But okay, let's get into the episode. Sorry, guys. This took way longer than expected. Let's start with the foolishness, because now we see exactly why Robin is still on the show. Not We now see why Robin is on the show, because the whole first episode is dedicated to Robin and the woman from Canada. Now, y'all, let me tell you, I did show you guys a photo of the woman from Canada. So if you're new to the channel, you could definitely go to my old videos. I actually found the woman. It wasn't too hard. She raised her hand and said, "I'm Ron's, mistress from Canada." Sent all this information to Mr. Ray. I reached out to Mr. Ray, who I'm cool with, and I'm like, "Is this real?" And the woman, he showed me, yeah, all the photos. So I knew who the woman was, but I only showed you guys her photo. So you can actually go back to that video. I'll link it at the end if you want to see who this was all about, because I did not like how they were talking about the woman, basically saying she was unattractive and ugly, and so Juan definitely could not have messed with her. We have over 400 in the chat. Definitely hit that like button. It would be appreciated. So the season starts off with Robin foreshadowing why she's really with Juan, and we see her putting photos in a photo op. Then Juan comes in and admits that what he did with the hotel was just stupid. Okay. I was like, okay, that's not a bad start if we're going to have this conversation, because technically you ain't got a job. And this conversation is paying the bills in your very nice new home. I looked at Robin's home and I was like, wow, Robin's house has really come together. I give Robin a hard time, but I'm glad that she overcame so many financial odds to now be at a place where she has a happy home raising her kids, minus her husband in hotels. Juan told her not to talk about it on their podcast. Again, this is the only money-making ventures that they have. This is your storyline. Unfortunately, Juan, the storyline is you being a jackass and consistently cheating on this woman. But this is your storyline. So she did go on the Reasonably Shady podcast, cleared what she thought was clear in the air, and then actually created a bigger firestorm, which is why people think that this was for a storyline. It was, the scene was staged. Exactly. That's why she was putting the photos in the photo op. In the frames. It definitely was staged. That's what it was giving. Robin says, "You were at the hotel. Why not do it?" And then Juan says, "Did you see her?" So now you're going to degrade a woman's looks after you. Okay, so if you guys didn't know the story, none of it sounded reasonable. None of it was actually explained. When he showed up to the hotel to pay, and this was supposed to be another player's jump off, what would the point of that be? Literally, what would the point of it be to pay for another another dude's jump off? It just didn't make sense. I'm looking to see now. Okay, here we go. Wow, that was... So I'm going to show you guys the video. Wow, so much has changed. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got the photo of Juan's mistress. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Sorry, this is the photo of Juan's mistress. No, this is her. She's not a bad-looking lady. She definitely was not a bad-looking lady. So for them to say, "Did you see her?" is it's another one of those things, Juan, where just say I effed up, and Robin really doesn't care. Because at this point, we can't want more for Robin than she wants for herself. We, the viewers, Giselle, her special friend, none of us can want more for Robin than what Robin wants for herself. And technically, at this point, if Robin is fine with whatever Juan does, then Robin just needs to be fine with whatever Juan does. But this woman is not a bad looking lady. And I had more photos and her name. Again, I didn't show you anything more than what the woman, had posted on the Jasmine brand, and letting people know this was her and she was Juan's Canadian mistress. This is what she put out, but I had a lot of like photos and stuff of her. Indub says, shout out for the live after all the travel. I literally just got back from urgent care, messing up my feet out here in the Vegas streets. Oh, I wish I would have seen you. The straight shooters, you guys, when somebody would come up to me and actually knew and was part of this community, that is like, I see you. So I appreciate it. I wish I would have seen you. And I'm sorry about your feet in the Vegas streets. I lost my money. Does that count? Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, but no, she's not ugly. She's definitely not ugly. You know, and y'all can do with that as you may. But on to, yeah. So shout out to House of Aaron. He made it to another episode of the show. She looks super young. She ain't that young, but she's definitely younger than Robin. I'll see if Rodney wants to collab on that. I'll definitely see if Rodney wants to collab on there, because there was really no way to miss the Black content creators. There was not a lot of Black people in the house, but let me tell you about the Bravo fans. They were doing it. So I dressed for Vegas and BravoCon, so I was probably a little bit more flashy than I would have normally been. But you had so many like women of all ages who literally were like dressed to the nines. They were looking, everybody came up and showed out like they belonged on the panel. But okay, let's continue. So shout out to House of Aaron. Juan tells her, you believed it because it's the truth. He is again guiding her to a response and an answer. That's not cool. You know good and goddamn well that that is not the truth, but you are going to, I don't know.
I feel about her, I'm numb.
That's whatever, Robin. Whatever. Good luck. When he got on the fact that his friend from the laundromat, Coach Bree, was beautiful, I was like, oh my God, Juan, when will it stop? When would it? So if you are a cheating man, it's probably not in your best interest to call women ugly or beautiful. Avoid all of those conversations and just say the only beauty I see is you. That's it. But Robin is just okay with him consistently like shitting on her. And I'm sick of it.
I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
I am, Juan. And Robin needs to say it. Robin needs to be tired. For real. Karen, Wendy, Candace. So they meet up. And at this point, I'm thinking all the ladies look good, but they are basically in costumes. Like, Wendy looked good. Candace looked good. Karen looked good, but this was a costume. And Wendy just wanted us to see that she had a gold rosary. You wasn't fooling nobody. They figured out that all three of them had been the targets for the Giselles and the Robins and the Ashleys to come after their marriage over the course of the few years. So I'm glad that they are finally seeing that they are going to stick together. But I do think it's weird that Bravo keeps adding to Giselle's group. Technically, Robin should have been out this season, and then they could have given Giselle a new sidekick. But just to continuously add to that side of the house is weird. And now it feels like 5 against 3. Just saying. Let's see. They then talk about Robin again, and it was interesting how Robin defended Chris to her special friend Giselle at the beginning, but then at the reunion kind of like condemned Candace and actually had to say hold on, let me see. Oh no, that's a little bit later. she defended Chris at the reunion, but then you really let Giselle go in on this man. And you defended him, but it almost did feel like towards the end, like you were part of the pile up on Candace and Chris. So I don't know. Everything that you did good at the beginning, because if Giselle, and I want to be very clear, if Giselle is ever in a situation where she's alone in a room with a man and she feels uncomfortable, then you should address it then. Not just wait until the cameras roll to address it, because then I question the validity of it. If you had pulled Candace to the side and said, hey, we're actually friends, your husband did this, I don't know what to make of it, great. You did it for a storyline, and then you hid Robin's Canadian mistress story for her and then helped her stay on the show. So I'm not over that. And Candace is being mad now, but she continues to like basically sleep with the enemies. Like, she continues to do it all the time. And I can't get with that. I never understand why Candace gives so many people grace. Let me see if I have that queued up. I'll find it. But for her to say that her and Ashley are now cool, I don't really get that. I think I have this. Let's see. Let me see. Here we go.
Camera, and she was asked back, are we holding her accountable this season, ladies?
I don't see a world where she cannot be held accountable. I think she really, I almost felt bad for sort of the proverbial beating that she got from the girls, from the fans. But it's well deserved. It's well deserved. Yes. You know, you're going behind a paywall to tell your business. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Last season.
And you know, little behind the scenes tea, Robin was crying. Not only did Robin get booed, but everything that you saw, all the friction between Robin and Karen on stage on those little clips from BravoCon, very much real feelings. Robin was really affected and impacted by those boos. What's this about? I don't know. I don't understand how Candace does not see that these people do not have her best interest at heart. But, you know, get it how you live, Candace. I don't understand it. If ever there's an interview, I'm going to have to grill Candace on these relationships. There's a difference between being a frenemy and an enemy. You and Ashley and Candace did not have a long-standing relationship where they could be enemies one day and friends the next. They have gone for each other's jugulars, and yet they continue to smile in each other's face when you clearly hate this person. Her husband is still suing Candace, to my knowledge. So I don't know what that's about. I really don't. Maybe NBC is trying to make them, you know, play nice. Fatima, thanks for the super chat. We are going to need a live with both you and Rodney ASAP. Also, the content creators should be getting free VIP tickets for keeping the shows trending. Now I do think that some got that. They just, I don't know. Maybe Bravo doesn't see it for your boy, but I do believe that a lot of the content creators, including the ones who got like media passes, didn't have to pay. I don't know. Maybe next year they'll see it for me. Maybe if we hit 100K, which we are actually like only 1,000 away from 75, maybe they'll see it for me. I don't know, but I don't care if they see it for me per se, because I still have y'all. So it is what it is. Thank you so much for the super chat. But okay, let's move on. Ashley, we get to see more of her new house. Ashley says that she had to get out. First off, I feel like Candace and Ashley's tops are kind of like the same thing, except Candace just looks a little bit nicer, but it's like a flower covering your boobs. Who wore it better? Because I feel like it's the basic same concept, even though it's not exactly the same design. But anyway, we get to see Ashley's house. Both ladies look good in their confessional, not placemats. Because Candace talked about an alleged escort that he had been paying. It says, why is Candace suing? Why are they suing again? Because of that alleged escort. Now that's who I need to interview. Okay, you're going with Candace. Ashley looks like okay. I knew y'all were going. Ashley says she had to get out. Why did she have to get out the penthouse? Now I'm paying for it. And I'm thinking, with Michael's money? Okay. She says that all I have is just me. And then we see a full-time nanny. Then she says, I'm not in any rush to take Michael's name off the mortgage. Of course you're not. And I'm dragging my feet with a divorce. Is anybody surprised? It is very clear that she gets no alimony. Is anyone surprised that she had 2 children before she finally got tired of Michael and was ready for a divorce? Because now we know she doesn't get alimony, but she is getting child support. And that is still a link to Michael. So Michael is just the worst of everything. Oh, he's cheated on you. You didn't marry him for money. You were so righteous and devout. You weren't trying to take your mom off of the mean underpass of the bridge, living in the TP. None of those things were the case. You genuinely loved Michael and saw Michael for him, and he just played with your heart. You're a complete innocent victim and bystander in this, Ashley.
You don't have to dig for gold when you shine.
When you don't get a divorce. You don't have to dig for gold when you don't get a divorce from Predator. Like, what the hell? I cannot believe Ashley did not have her own attorney when she signed. Good luck, Ashley. Good luck, Ashley. Fatima says, also, I'm so glad that Sharice took my advice. LOL Ozempic. She's looking good, less swollen and sweaty. Y'all, these are only jokes. Oh my God. Is she on Ozempic? I did not know she started taking Ozempic. Are you playing with me or what? Or are you just being messy, Fatima? Did she has she? I'm gonna investigate and I'll get back to you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. So, you know, she has 2 really cute kids. They're running all over the house. I don't know anybody who lets kids climb on cabinets, but I guess if you were under a bridge in a TP, this might be normal behavior. So whatever, as long as they're being safe and don't fall, kids are gonna be kids. You can't stand on my marble countertops. Okay, anyway. Let me get off her. Giselle and her hired escort. I mean boyfriend. Giselle and her boyfriend. It was awkward. I don't understand it. It felt forced. If you got to tell a man to look at your butt as you bend over, it's not a good sign. Then you're slapping his butt and awkwardly dancing. It's just very strange. I know the Giselle fans are going to get mad at me. I just don't care. It's very strange to me that Giselle was very cautious about who she introduced her kids to. But now this man who impregnates somebody on Summer House just the season before, Winter House just the season before, is okay to be in your home and around your children. Grace said that she thought that he was just a stranger following. You didn't even tell Grace that this was somebody that you were seeing when he was in their presence. I don't get it. I don't understand. It doesn't feel real. Like, it feels like they told me I needed to have somebody and he wants to keep his name around Bravo. But his type is younger white woman. Even when they were, let me show you guys this. Even when they were talking about the situationship or whatever she's calling it, I want you guys to hear how it played out. And see if you catch her up on a lie.
How does it feel coming into the Potomac season with this new man on your arm? Look at that smile. Feels good.
What's the question?
You know what the goddamn question is.
How good does it feel?
I'm in a great place. I have said that this season 8 for me has been a season in which I want to just be with the people that I love and have
Robin.
fun with and vibe with and party with and that support me. And he's a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, he's somebody that I can tell my deepest secrets to, and I know he's never going to repeat it to anyone.
Who thinks that Giselle is telling this little young boy from Bravo her deepest secrets? I don't even mind that they're 16 years apart. I think that you can have a relationship and be 16 years apart, like Karen and Ray. I think they're 20 plus years apart. I don't think this is it.
One else. And to have that is a great part of just my everyday.
And maybe it feels a little good since Karen had shaded you over your relationship status, your dating status, that you can bring this relationship in and rub it in her face a little bit. No, does that feel good?
It doesn't take much to rub something in Karen's face.
How does it?
Okay, moving on. The kids didn't even know who he was. They are awkwardly feeding each other in front of the girls, making the girls uncomfortable. Moving on, Mia. Mia is on her last legs with G. What I can say about Mia is I actually like the fact that Mia is upfront. She met this man who was married, dated him because he had money at the time. Oh, before we move on, really, really quickly. We got over 600 in the chat. I don't even know if we have 100 likes. Definitely hit that like button. It is a free way to support the channel. Let's see. Oh, we got 300. Let's get that. Let's get the like count up. But yes, they shaded her because she was like, we see each other every week. And then they pull a photo from 6 months ago. I was cracking up when I saw that. Do I think that they are commuting to each other every other week? No, I don't. I don't even think that Giselle would leave her daughters like that consistently for anything outside of work. So, you know, whatever, Giselle. Nobody believes it. Maybe your fans do, because Giselle does have fans. So if you're a Giselle fan, put it in the chat. I don't believe it. Mia. I like that Mia is up front. She married this man for money. The money is gone, and so is she. Why do we have to keep hearing that they're in a penthouse? Technically, for people who don't live in a city like New York, when you hear like penthouse, you're thinking massive full floor. No, a penthouse just sometimes means a condo on the top floor. So it just sounds a little obnoxious to consistently say the penthouse, the penthouse, the penthouse. It's an apartment or a condo. You're renting a condo. I thought that they would move back into their old penthouse. So it's not making a lot of sense, but a lot of the stuff that Mia says doesn't make a lot of sense. She says that they had to move into somewhere more affordable, 1,500 square feet, which a 1,500 square feet condo is still relatively large, maybe not compared to that 10,000 square foot Potomac house. But the question is, why are you guys still renting? And why are you still renting so that you can keep up with the Joneses? If you're having like, there's ebbs and flows to money. If you're at one of the downturns, don't live for us. Make sure that you're living for your kids. If Giselle could be in that farmhouse, if Giselle could be in that ranch, I don't know what Giselle's house is. If she could be in that place, you could live anywhere. Potomac is not the city where they care what you live like. Honestly, money is not flowing through Potomac, and we still love the show. So a barn, better reference. Thank you, Corey. A barn, a cottage. So you calling her a witch? Green Acres. Whatever y'all want to call it, it's something. Her backyard did look nice. We'll get to that. Mia acknowledges that she needs a lifestyle change, and by that she means a new man with money. Mia also feels like wine is not liquor, which led us into her basically accusing Karen of cheating on Ray, but calling her a real friend. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. Candace and Chris have a picnic. Now, y'all, what was she wearing? At what point, Candace, do you say no? It was very much giving Statue of Liberty. I don't know anybody who dresses for a picnic quite like this, Candace, but this is Candace. She's gonna be Candace, and we'll leave it at that. They're just kind of talking about how the women tried to take her and Chris down and kind of reminiscing on it, and how she spent 6 figures on her tour. Now, her tour was a sold-out city winery tour. The city winery is more of an intimate venue, but she was selling out every night. So I'm sure she made the money back. Plus, the city winery is actually where I hung out with Tamika Scott. And it was a very nice, intimate venue. Let's see. I mean, they're recollecting how Robin played a part in the takedown of Chris, and how Robin had said specifically, it's not a good move for a married man to be in a hotel room with a single woman. And yet, Ron, hey, I did not show the whole clip. I just showed the costume. I did not show the whole clip. It did give me that Wendy, but I just showed the costume, not the clip. I'm a nice person. It just screams hypocrite. It definitely screams hypocrite. Let me see. There was another clip from BravoCon that I'll show you a little bit later. Giselle, Ashley, Charisse, and Robin meet up. And Giselle feels like Charisse and Ashley can have conversations with Robin about what it means for their partner to cheat on them in the public eye. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see if this is still in here. Here we go. Right here. Let me see if House of Aaron showed the photos, because I don't see this anymore, but I want you guys to see a little bit of this interview. Let me see. Jamal Bryant. This was another instance of Giselle being protected. A couple years ago, there was a major website. It's still a major blog called All About the Tea. They interviewed a woman who claimed to be Jamal Bryant's lover. She was also a preacher, and she very adamantly was the person who gave Monique all of those text messages about Jamal and his cheating. This was very much in the public eye. However, what's interesting is Bravo chose not to actually air this. So I think All About the Tea might have taken that down. Let me see. Where is it? Because the woman ended up working with All About the Tea after that. Here we go. Okay, I'll show you this tab. So you see Monica from All About the Tea responds. You see a lady in the blue. This was Jamal Bryant's alleged mistress while he was very much on Potomac, saying that he was dating Giselle. The difference is, like I've said many times, Bravo does choose to protect Giselle. All of the stuff only came out because Monique had it in Dr. Tanya. Okay, thank you, Princess. Monique got the information from Dr. Tanya and exposed it at the reunion. But other than that, All About the Tea, if you all see All About the Tea, on Bravo. You see her stuff on Bravo. So they do follow this. This whole scandal was left out. All of the receipts that this woman pulled was definitely left out. So it's interesting that Robin stuff all has to come out, but none of Giselle's stuff was forced out. So just a little something for you guys to like really think about when we're always on the, why are people so mean to Giselle? Giselle did the same thing that Robin did. Giselle refused to discuss any of the stuff that was put in front of her about a relationship that she was talking about. I got to do a whole video on this because I don't think people understand the hypocrisy in that. Like, you are having a sit down with Robin, but nobody made Giselle have the same sit down. That's very interesting. I'm thinking about this as we're doing this live. I forgot about that, but okay, let's get into it. It's very interesting that Giselle said Ashley and Charisse would have a better understanding of what happened when technically all three of y'all were in the same boat. The word of the day is delusion, and the other word of the day is denial, per Charisse. She doesn't know if Robin is delusional or if she's just in denial. So that Robin finally comes down this beaten path at Giselle's barn, ranch, Green Acres, whatever we're calling it. And now she realizes that they're having an intervention for her. How very uncomfortable. When Ashley gets it popping and basically puts it out there, Robin's response is, what am I supposed to do? You want me to like get mad and throw a shoe at him? No, throw him the hell out your house. Get a prenup that says if he cheats, he can't get any of your money. That would be growth. What you gave him was absolutely nothing. A slap on the wrist for him embarrassing you again. What are Robin? She says, I'm not going to tell him to end it. End his, what did you say? I'm not going to tell him to end the things that he was doing before this. This is what's paying for all of this, Robin. You on this show is paying for all of this. The media. I can tell you now that this Bravo stuff, after seeing BravoCon, this is all a business. I am not treating YouTube like a business, like a lot of people are. Literally, this is what's paying your bills. You don't even have a job because of your lack of compassion and empathy for a person who was taken advantage of on your team that you wanted just covered up. So, Robin, let's get into some things. Y'all come in closer. You want us to, or the world to believe that your man does not cover things up. When we just saw a situation where his own player alleged that he went to Juan and told him that a coach that was under his tutelage had done something unscrupulous to him, and you wanted it covered up. You're not guilty per se, but that's why you don't have a job, allegedly, and put that up. But now Robin is telling us that you were in a hotel room with this woman who he thinks is ugly. And why would he do that? And we're supposed to believe it? We're supposed to believe this is the case. Okay, Robin. She says that what they're doing to her is cruel. It's a pile-on, and she's not going to stand for it. The hell do you like? So Giselle, her special friend, asks her, well, would you put him out? And she says, I told him to get out. And it was like, well, did he get out? And she said, no. So are you telling us that you believed him, or did you just lie to us? Because if you believed him, you would not be putting him out. Those two things don't coexist. Did you know that it was a messed up situation? You confronted him and you chose to forgive him and continue to move on for the sake of your boys or the sake of your marriage. Okay. But you are literally just lying in our face at this point. You know good and goddamn well that this man did not just pay for this woman's hotel room with your money, probably all willy-nilly, because Robin is the breadwinner at this point. You want us to believe that he just out of the kindness of his heart. If that were the case, then why the hell didn't he show you his text messages between them? If that was the case, why the hell didn't he take you and say, hey, Robin, this is just a basketball groupie that I met, and she was supposed to be, getting knocked down by so-and-so and so and somebody else, but it didn't happen. So she don't have any money. She can't ask the man for money. So I'm going to go and give us I'm going to go give her some of the money that we need to put into this new house that you paying for. But I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart because she's so ugly. She couldn't get another man to pay for it. Like what? Okay, Robin. Okay. Do I think it's cruel? I think any of the pile-ons are cruel. But at this point, Robin, you have laid down with Giselle. No pun intended. You have laid down with Giselle in the gutter. And you're going to get what you get because you're going to get what you put out. Natasha's Way. Thank you for the super chat. I think Robin stays with Juan out of nostalgia for the kids and guilt for losing their money. I wish she would just say, I'm going to stick beside him. She needs to stop playing in our face. I'm with you, Natasha, because she says she's a straight shooter. I liked Robin the first couple seasons. I liked when she got in Ashley's face, when Ashley told Robin he had a girlfriend. I thought it was funny. I thought she was, whatever. I like the fact that we've seen her progress somewhat in the business world. Sometimes Robin is just kind of, what did Karen call Robin? The dizziest bitch in the room. Let me see if I can pull some of these Karen clips.
We work through it. There is great conversation between Robin and I. We banter back and forth. And the only person on this platform that makes no fucking sense is Robin Dixon.
Okay.
Now, y'all, behind the scenes, this is the moment where Robin really was crying internally and then crying behind the scenes. She was very, very, very upset. She looked like she was dressed for like Go Texan Day.
Can you all tell that she's obsessed with me, y'all? She is extremely obsessed with me, and you will see it in season 8. The obsession is actually pretty scary.
Let's be clear. We work through it. There is great conversation between Robin and
Robin was really bothered by this. She was also really bothered that the fans booed her. Y'all remember Lisa Rinna got booed last year, and that was the end of her career with Bravo. I have learned so much behind the scenes stuff and how the network plays so much of a role in what gets put out there. Even on the BravoCon panels, you could tell that some women had been coached, like they did not want you to say certain things or behave like you would behave on the show. You could see that. You could see it in Chanel Ayan. She was very muted for her normal self, but Lisa Milan was on it. So the networks play a big role in a lot of this stuff, and they are looking, and the women are dressed to the nines. They're trying to show up and show out because BravoCon has become probably like a barometer for if you're going to stick around. And it's not a good look that fans were booing Robin. The moderator had to literally step in. It's kind of sad. Girlfriends Unfiltered, thank you for the super chat. Why didn't he show her the boyfriend she was meeting? Oh, because it was a lie. Girlfriends Unfiltered. He didn't even show her the text messages. Wouldn't you want to see that kind of stuff? But I want to see if I can find that stuff from All About. Thank you so much for the super chat, Girlfriends Unfiltered. I'm going to try to find, and thank you for the super sticker, Sassy Girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate you all the time. Sassy Girl's always, donating to the channel. Thanks. that interview with All About the Tea and Jamal Bryant's mistress, with all of that stuff presented, never made it to Bravo. Can we here, even if you're a Giselle fan, admit that is some preferential treatment? Because this is a whole big thing for Robin, but the only time we heard about that mistress, or technically, who knows if Giselle and that man were really dating, so I don't want to call the woman a mistress, was because YouTubers put it out there and the networks did not pick that up. So Giselle says, if there's another hotel stay, would you leave? And she says, yes. I don't believe it. I definitely do not believe it. I think she's going to stay with him forever because she loves him. And we probably just need to get out of their business because they're not going anywhere. I don't see it. But I will continue to be messy.
Yeah, I ain't trying to be messy or nothing.
I'm trying to be messy. Just playing. Thank you guys for being here. I'll definitely be doing Married to Medicine tomorrow. I'm super excited about that. We have so many. Beverly Hills. Oh, so you're okay. Robin ain't going nowhere. Preferential treatment. Yeah. Beverly Hills. It's a lot of Bravo stuff. Beverly Hills, Married to Medicine. Is that it? Potomac. And there's one other Bravo something I got to do. Anyway, thank you guys. I will definitely see you tomorrow. I don't believe it either. If not for Robin finally being in the hot seat, I honestly can't be bothered with Juan and his roommate. No thanks next. This will probably be her last year. So they better save as much money. He better start looking for work. Maybe he can ask the Canadian lady for the money back that he loaned her for that room. Anyway, I'll probably do Married to Medicine early, maybe tomorrow morning or lunchtime. So you guys seem to like those lunchtime. Thank you guys for being here. Like the video on your way out, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.